Welcome to Mojo Plays, and today we're taking a look at 10 times Dragon Ball showed up in other games. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to Mojo Plays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Fortnite. This was perhaps the biggest crossover to happen in Fortnite. The second Goku and company were announced, a ton of us started to flood the servers. From the Nimbus Cloud Glider to the ability to actually obliterate enemies with a Kamehameha! This event was oozing in Dragon Ball fandom. Fortnite even got an in-game movie theater to play marathons of Dragon Ball Z, so you could just chill and watch an episode or two, or get eliminated while watching. As for the cosmetics, various skins and gear continue to pop into the store from time to time. You want to play as Goku, Trunks, Cell, Frieza? Grab them while you can. It's over 9,000 memes.
It's over 9,000! 9,000?!
We can all quote the scene verbatim now. Vegeta's "It's over 9,000" line has been referenced across video games so many times that we could have made a top 100 out of this one meme alone. While some games will have a character say it, other titles will dedicate entire trophies and achievements to it. Occasionally, some games will mess with the number being said, but we all get the reference. The frequency of the line just shows how impossible it is to imagine anyone working in games who has never seen or heard of Dragon Ball.
You got me!
Ace Attorney: Trials and Tribulations. Just as recognizable as the "It's over 9,000" line is the object destroyed in that scene, the Scouter. The Scouter has become such an influential piece of tech in fiction that it's been heavily borrowed in other games. Sonic Adventure 2, Star Fox, and even some of the WWE games have featured the headwear, but Ace Attorney straight up has a character wearing one for an entire case. Glenn Elg is the victim of Trials and Tribulations' third case, and he, along with other Blue Screens Inc. employees, are wearing Scouters. Oddly enough, no Dragon Ball quote is referenced, but instead, they quote the movie 300. Odd. Fable 2.
You're nicked! Stop that woman!
Now this one might have been too obscure for the casual fans to have noticed. In the 6th Dragon Ball movie, 3 aliens invade Earth to plant a parasitic plant known as the Tree of Might. This tree was designed to deplete a planet of its life, turning it into a sandy wasteland. But perhaps someone from centuries earlier already tried this plan? In Fable 2, there is one house you can find called the House of Might, and inside it is a very large collection of plants. The previous owner was even a strong person who could withstand most punches, almost like the strength of a Saiyan. He died from poison though, so he wasn't that strong.
The ghost of the jilted lover, left at the altar and now haunting Rock Ridge.
Grand Theft Auto: Chinatown Wars. Chinatown Wars comes in with a double whammy for Dragon Ball fans. One mission in the game is titled Dragon Hall Z, and if you thought it was already on the nose, just wait until the end of the mission. You are tasked with picking up a dragon costume and doing a dance while wearing it. And yes, the dragon costume is remarkably similar to the look of the great eternal dragon Shenron. All we're missing here is a spirit bomb or maybe 7 Dragon Balls circling around you. Dragon Quest XI: Echoes of an Elusive Age. Given that Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, had a hand in Dragon Quest across the series, there's bound to be a few references to his magnum opus manga. Sure enough, eagle-eyed fans saw a big reference in the opening to Dragon Quest XI. When the Luminary is sent floating down the river, he is discovered the following day by an old man named Chalky. The way Chalky discovers the Luminary and the way he holds him up in the sky are both the exact same way Goku is discovered by Grandpa Gohan. Goku is found abandoned as a baby, Grandpa Gohan finds him, and then hoists him up like Simba at Pride Rock. Metroid. The original Metroid game has a pretty crazy password system. Some are purely numeric, while others are more on the profane side. But one password you can type in is straight up Dragon Ball Z. Really, just type that in twice, once in all caps and again in regular casing. What this password does is it starts you in Norfair suitless, but it also equips you with the Screw Attack, Ice Beam, Morph Ball with bombs, Long Beam, High Jump boots, 5 energy tanks, and an arsenal of 172 missiles. Yes, it is an oddly specific password for oddly specific things. Persona 5. Persona 5, and pretty much most of the franchise, has made references to a wealth of games, movies, TV, and anime. But for Dragon Ball, there's a reference made on 3 separate occasions in Persona 5. One art question asks what object King Kamehameha, the founder of Hawaii, is holding in his hand, and one answer you can choose is a Dragon Ball. It's clearly wrong, but go ahead and choose it if you want to just do it for giggles. Then there's the first time Joker uses the treadmill, where he immediately wipes out and ends up in a pose similar to Yamcha when he dies for the billionth time. But the most noticeable reference happens when Yusuke messes with Futaba's action figures. After messing them up, Yusuke tries to fix them but only winds up putting them all in the same poses as the legendary Ginyu Force.
Oh, they were in the perfect poses too! It was so much work getting them set up just right.
Kamehameha references.
Kamehameha!
Speaking of King Kamehameha, this move is the most legendary attack ever seen in fiction. It's probably also the most referenced. Just about every video game in existence has referenced, borrowed, reused, or just straight up stolen the Kamehameha in one form or another. If you ever see a character take a firm stance and pretend like they're harnessing a ball of energy by their hip, you know exactly where this move came from. Doesn't matter if it's in Overwatch, Street Fighter, Super Smash Bros., we all know where these games are pulling the idea from, and it all leads back to Dragon Ball. Sonic the Hedgehog series. Of any video game to lift ideas from Dragon Ball, none have gone to Toriyama's work as repeatedly as Sega has. And it's no secret either. Most would immediately point to Supersonic's appearance, and you're not wrong in doing so, but the rabbit hole goes a bit deeper than that. Sonic, Shadow, and Silver hold a lot of traits similar to Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks respectively. Heck, even some of their hairstyles and aesthetics are just like their Dragon Ball counterparts. And this all goes without mentioning how the boss fight against Giganto ends in Sonic Frontiers. It's the fight against Piccolo all over again. Sonic is straight up copying Dragon Ball at this point. You can't argue against it. But what's your favorite Dragon Ball reference in a video game?
Some of their heads came off when I was moving them, but I made sure to rearrange them pleasingly.
Let us know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to Mojo Plays for more great videos every day. By the way, did you know that Sean Schemmel, the voice of Goku, is also the voice of Lucario in the Pokemon anime and Super Smash Bros. Games? Crazy, right?